Today we're gonna be drawing Stolas. Stolas. Isn't that exciting? I watched the new Helluva Boss. My God, so many words, so many emotions. It was one of the most beautiful ones they've ever made, and I believe it was the season finale. But yeah, today we're gonna be drawing Stolas. I specifically am drawing this. I love Stolas. I love Stolas more than anyone else in this series. He's my queen. I love Stolas with such a passion. The things, my God, the amount of dates I'd be going on, it's insane. So yeah, I love Stolas with a passion. And when I seen this outfit, when Blitz is going through all the different little outfits with him to, cheer him up and help show him, like life still goes on. It's going to be okay. We're going to figure it out. Like, I love that, by the way. But I'll get into that while I'm drawing. So first things first, though, I am going to need a Stolas color chart here. I'm going to need something so, like, I know how he works. But, like, if you look at this color, right, like this, in comparison to, like, this, it's, like, more white on his chest, like a fluff of white on his chest and everything. So my brain's like, maybe I should just use this. But if you know how colors work in art, I can't just pull the colors from here. I mean, I could, but they're using like a gradient layer over top of this that's showcasing like the purple lighting in the background, so his colors are pulled away a bit. So I was trying to see if I could find one that doesn't have that. Oh my God, that's so cute. I'm gonna get distracted, so I'm gonna try to stay on task here, okay? I'm gonna try to find it. But see, like all of his, like that's probably the closest one. But even that one, if you can tell, like if you've done art for a while, you can see that there's red tones like over top everything. So they definitely pulled this from a scene where there was lots of red. And it's really hard to tell. Oh my God, my baby. I'm getting so distracted. I love everyone's art. Oh my God, I love every artist in the world by itself, but like any artist that draws him is just you're beautiful to me. You're beautiful. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find a proper one, or maybe I could just take this one. I'll just steal this one. First, I'm obviously gonna have to sketch him out. I've drawn one thing from like their universe. Here, let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, this is the only thing I've drawn from the universe, and it's my character. I decided to make him a hellborn weird demon or something, or not a hellborn, no, I was like a sinner, but I was like a really strong sinner. I wanted to be like crazy strong. I would like to fight people in their universe just to gather strength. But yeah, to put it in perspective though, I don't draw things like this. I usually draw things like this. I made this wallpaper from my PC, and it's one of the characters from my story, but like I draw like, I don't know if I call it semi-realistic. I draw like anime style light realism, I guess. But yeah, I also need to find a good pose. Okay, I found a few poses I think I really like. The hard part is gonna be like, again, I don't draw characters like this. Like I'm used to drawing like human beings. I'm used to having like the egg and then the pelvis and doing the whole shish kabam, and I'm used to like doing this. And like having like a full body, and I'm not sure, I'm not sure of how I'm gonna do this, because like this is how I would normally draw. And I mean, I guess I could just pull Stolas from here because he has like the really long leg thing going, so he has like really long appendages. I don't know. Again, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this. But I'm gonna try my best. Because I love him that much. So let's see. I'm gonna really try to start with the poses, but also try to keep his body in mind. Like one pose I was thinking of is like having like a big pillow thing here or something, right? Like a big pillow thing. Maybe I should have made that a different color. But making a big pillow thing and then having like him here, just pretend those are his hairs, okay? I'm gonna just give him a beak. And I was thinking like maybe like something like this, where it's like, oh, okay, you know, there's his chest, or well, this is the abdomen side, his shoulders way up here, and maybe he's like doing like this like sexy pose where he's like doing this, right? And then his backside kind of goes upwards, right? So he has like this arch happening, and then we could have like his knee here, right? Have his booty, his little booty, right? And we're gonna have it curve down this way. We're gonna do this, and maybe have his leg go like this way. But see, I'm used to like humans, so my brain is just telling me, oh, just, you know, just make the calf, and then come down, and you see it's right there, easy. And I'm like, that's a human, but his legs are weird. Like, look at his legs. Hold on, look at his legs. Like, what are his legs? Can his legs bend forward? Oh God, maybe I need to go back and watch. I can't believe I'm even saying that as much as I love him, but I don't know. Do his legs bend? Like, if he had to get on his knees, does he have knees? Surely he's got knees. Like, because a real owl couldn't get on their knees, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking about him. Okay, you know what? You know what I need to do? I need to go to when he's getting judged by Lucifer. Lucifer? The big red demon guy? And I need to see what happens there. Hold on. We're going to research this together. Art is crazy. Oh, I've been listening to this a lot, by the way. The art is insane. Like, they're killing it right now. Like, they're killing it so well. I love this series, and the amount of work they're putting in, like, I'm just so grateful that we've got the creative people like this. Spoilers, by the way. Also, can we talk about the fact that, like, in this episode he had ponies, right? Like, sorry, in the next episode he had ponies everywhere when Stolas woke up, but in this episode he has no ponies. Don't know if anyone cares, but it bothered me so much. Oh my God. sorry, I love him so much. I'm trying to see, because when Stolas gets there, you know, he's like, I'm the bad guy, you know, blah blah blah. Sweet little owl has to get on his knees. I know, not with me. It makes me a little sad. See, he does get on his knees. What is that? How do his legs bend forward? Am I thinking too hard? Like, how are his legs bending forward? Where are the rest of his legs? He's such a tall person. That's his butt. This is his leg, and then this is his... Huh? But if we look here, like, how is his leg doing that? Wait, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not knocking anyone, any art. This is their show. This is their series. These are their characters. They can bend 15 times in one direction, and I couldn't say anything. I mean, it's their creation. They have their powers and whatever, but you see what I mean? Like, if you look at an owl's legs, like, I don't even know how that... I don't know, you know, I'm just gonna make it work because I want him to bend this way, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, but we know it can bend. He just has really long legs. Don't his feet, like, do like a thing? Am I crazy? It's just a sketch. It doesn't matter. It's just a sketch, okay? It's just a sketch. It doesn't matter. But we're gonna give him the outfit, obviously. And this is just a possible pose. This isn't like a guaranteed pose. This is just possible. Maybe I can have him like that. Maybe? What are we thinking? I'm thinking maybe that worked. Let's try some different poses. I do like that first one though. That first one is like really good. I mean, I could also do something like, I'm also looking at different ideas for poses, and then I'm like trying to creatively change them as I go. I'm trying to think here. I could do something like this. I don't know, are his hips bigger or are they the same size? You know how like female hips are usually a little wider, obviously for childbirth, and then you have like male hips that are, you know, more straight. I don't remember if they made him more feminine in his hip region or not, but let's just do it this way. It's not like it matters, but yeah, he's got like his like fluff thing happening, right? And then we would have like one arm kind of going. See, the thing is it's hard to do poses because his arms are so incredibly long. Like that's the issue I'm having. Maybe like this, and then I can have him like kind of like Maybe kind of looking up. I don't know how is his mouth? Oh god. I have no idea how his mouth works. Like that's what I mean. I have no idea how any of this is gonna work, but we'll figure it out. You know, it's from like an upward angle, so give him his beak. It's like blacker right there, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. And then I figure like we can make it like his legs are like coming outward. Even though, again, he doesn't really have knees. That's like, oh my god. It's like the weirdest thing to draw for me. Like, you know, people are like, oh my god, dude, it's not that hard. But I'm like, it is to me because I draw people. He's not a person. He's a bird. He's a big sexy bird demon, and I'm like, I don't know how to draw that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I could do something like this. Maybe something like this. Kinda. Obviously, it's not as sexy as it can look, obviously. But I'm just drawing. I'm sketching here. I'm sketching. I'm trying to think of what would look best. Yeah, he's also got those. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could have him looking like embarrassed, because this one, I mean, as crazy as it looks, this one should be, you know, like it should be more, you know, like sexy. Like that's his face, how it should look, you know. Blushes. So like he's sexy. This one is sexy also, right? But like I'm trying to think of a way, like I could also make him look a little like embarrassed. Like I thought about, because I'm not great at backgrounds, right? So I'm like, maybe I can make the background like just him at like a place where he is changing for Blitz, and maybe that's the first time he comes out or something. I'm not sure. So I could also do a pose where he's like coming out kind of thing, right? And maybe he's you know, hold on, I'm trying to think of how this is gonna work. He's got like the fluff stuff, right? It looks like he's got these open slots for arms, so I'm just gonna do this to save myself. I'm gonna do this. And it looks like there's like front piece cut out. I'm not sure where it's at though, or if there's just like a hole here. I'm not sure. I'm assuming maybe it comes down like this. I'm not sure. But I know it comes up right under where the rib cage would be. So the rib cage is, you know, probably like right here. So it probably does this. Oh my god, he does have a really long abdomen though. And he does have good hips, but they're not like huge, you know what I mean? They're not like baby makers, you know? Maybe like this. So maybe like this. And then we can have like, okay, I'll do the outfit part after. He has such long legs. It's kind of like they do this, and then they like do this. It looks stupid, I know, but like that's kind of what they do. Yeah, maybe I can have him doing something like that, right? Maybe. And then he's like, because this comes kind of up to here, he's got like, yeah, like this outfit, right? Oh, actually, no, it comes up to his neck. So it looks like maybe it would kind of do a little bit of this. Maybe come down this way. Come on him a little bit. God, I wish. And do that. And then this part kind of has that like girly-ish tone to it. Or I wouldn't say girly, like the more feminine tone where it kind of gets higher and everything. Let's give him more of a butt. Let's give him a butt. You know, and then it kind of comes down here and makes like these things. Maybe? So then his hands could kind of come, oopsies, can kind of come this way, maybe like this. And maybe like the things can be like grabbed, right? Maybe. And like maybe he could be grabbing them. Oh God, those hands are like really small. Like their hands are also kind of small. It's really hard to gauge. It looks like his hands are like bigger than I would think, but not that much bigger, if that makes sense. Maybe this one could kind of be doing like a this, right? Like maybe this one's kind of like down this way. Maybe this hand could be like up here. He's like, Blitz. Trying to make my boy as cute as possible. And maybe we can make him like kind of looking more this way, like down and this way. Oh yeah, he does have those two little eyes, huh, up here. So maybe that pose would work too. I'm not sure. Dude, there's so many poses. There's so many poses I could do, and I actually kind of would want to do. Oh, dude, I forgot about his tail in like all of these. Oh, dude, I'm so bad with tails. But if I made his tail kind of like curl in, you know, like he's actually like really embarrassed. And then if I did like this one, I could do like maybe like that. I don't know. I know this one looks like stinky, right? But like I do, like if you see kind of like some poses I was looking at, I think I can nail that one too. I think the problem is his knees. Like he doesn't really have like proper knees. You know, fan base is gonna probably cut me in half for that one, but I don't really see him with knees. He's got these little thingies. I don't know, like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you know about owls, but like owls, I don't know. I don't think they really have knees. I'm also not gonna do it in exactly the style. I know, curse me down. I'm not like good at making things exactly like they are in the styles. Obviously, that's a very hard thing to be able to conquer as an artist to me. If you can, I think you're an amazing artist, genuinely. Like I can't do that. Like I used to be able to do like Dragon Ball and a little bit of old One Piece and Naruto. All the things I grew up watching is how I learned how to draw. But like now, I've kind of developed my own weird little style, kinda. It's changing a little bit periodically, but it's kind of the same, and it doesn't look anything like this. So I'm gonna try like make it as close as I can, but there is like no promises, okay? I think I hate the like laying pose because it's gonna be hard for me to do, but I think I'm gonna stick with this one. before I start getting into my groove again, this is the sketch I came up with. I've got other projects to do. And I think this is good enough for now before I start inking. I do make more like slight adjustments while I'm inking, but this is what I think I've got going right now. Let me know if you guys would have wanted one of the other poses. This is just the one I like because I'm just saying if I came home and seen that on the bed, man. So this is the one I'm sticking with. I also forgot to add the like fluff. His fluff, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. His fluff is like exceedingly hard to draw, at least to me. Like that'll probably be fine. But yeah, I'll get it. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not entirely sure if I got him perfectly right, but I just wanted to get like the gist of him down. I still think his hands are weird. Like at first I was like, man, I'm like so bad at hands. But I looked at it and I was like, well, his hands actually just kind of look like that. They're just like these little like black, you see it in the picture up here. Like you see that, look at his hands. They're just like little black claws. So I'm like, I mean, there's only so much I could realistically do with that, right? So I'm like, I'll just have to kind of wing it. No, there's no pun in there. I didn't mean to. So yeah, I'm gonna start inking it and throwing in the colors. I'll get back once I'm done with that. Okay, we're now, I wouldn't say halfway. I would say we're getting there though. Like, I feel like finding the pose and inking for me would take the longest. I feel like coloring's up there too, but it just kind of depends. Anyways, we're at the portion that I find the most fun, which is just throwing in the colors. I'm gonna throw in my colors. I'm gonna add the shading, and then what I think I'm gonna do is like these parts. Like, this is all like. I'm gonna have him laying on like sheets on a bed. The thing is, I'm not great at messy sheets. I don't really draw them too often. Don't make body pillow covers, so I don't, I never really had to practice that before. I guess it's a good time to practice, if anything. Because that's why you see some of it like here covering his arm and here covering his belly, blah, 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 right? I also never really draw tails. His is like flat, and I know it's very important to express which, like, you need to keep all the sides very even when you're doing it, but then his does flail out and get bigger, so I figured that would kind of be all right to show there. I'm not sure though. Either way, I think it's like coming out pretty good. Like, if I take this away, like, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And yeah, I feel like now we're in a good stage where I can just start kind of throwing in color, seeing what happens. I'm gonna probably end up making this a full wallpaper. I'll probably end up just like making it free, throwing it somewhere. I might like drop a link somewhere in the video where people can like download it if they want it or something. I don't really think too many people are gonna catch on to this video, but if you do, I appreciate you sticking around this long, and let's just start throwing in some color and seeing how it comes out. But I'll also talk about how I feel about this show right now as well. Like, I feel like as of right now, they've gone a really good direction. I feel like we're in a really good place where a lot of good characters are built up. We have a lot of understanding of where everyone's coming from, right? We've kind of got like this good gist of how people are able to handle situations and everything like that. We're able to determine who's like good and bad, you know, and everyone's like current objective in the storyline as well. Like, I feel like we're able to see a lot of that stuff very clearly and very well, which is something I really do like, because I feel like a lot of shows don't really give us the amount of information we need to be able to figure out, like, we have to like kind of go out of our way to like understand what they really mean intention wise for some of the characters and stuff. And I mean, this is a cartoon, it is very simplified, but I'm glad that they're able to really give us a very clear understanding of how all the characters feel and like why they do what they do, right? All this stuff. Like I said, so far I think my favorite character is Stolas, just because I feel like I connect to him the most. Like, I feel like I grew up in a, like, not necessarily like the best area or anything like that, but I feel like I grew up in a way where I was sheltered a bit and brought up to try to be the best person I could be. Like, I went to a prep academy. Like, I feel like I'm not, you know, like some posh English kid that, you know, like grew up in His Majesty's bedchamber or something, right? But I feel like I had it pretty well growing up in terms of like how I was treated and the types of things I would do and all that stuff. And I also feel the same way about Stolas when it comes to like how people are treated, and especially when it comes to relationships. Like, I'm a huge romantic. Like, I love the idea of someone caring about me enough to like always want to be near me, always want to show me that love and affection. And I really love that Stolas is like that, and that he doesn't really hide it. Like, I mean, I know it's all obviously different than in real life, obviously, right? But I feel like in real life, we kind of pull ourselves away a little too much, you know? Like, I feel like we hide ourselves down because we're scared of rejection and stuff. And I love that Stolas just really isn't afraid to let that side out. Like, it seems like Stolas just actively is like completely okay and fine with saying like, hey, you know, like, this is what makes me tick. This is what I genuinely love. This is what my love language is. And I love that about him. I feel like that's like what separates him, in my opinion, to the other characters. And it's what makes me like him so incredibly much, as I do. And I mean, those are the great characters, right? Like, I love a lot of them. Like, I mean, I love Millie and Moxie. I think their dynamic is really cute. I know a lot of people were angry when they went to the summer camp and they were like, Moxie's not like that. Oh my God, Moxie's not. And I'm like, okay, but he kind of is. From like deep down, I think we all know he's just this little guy who's very insecure, and he's, you know, he's easily like irritable and stuff. Like, not in an angry, like mean way, but more of like he just gets puffy very fast, right? And, you know, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, in terms of, like, as a person. Like, as long as, you know, like, he seems like he's able to regulate it pretty well, and he tends not to hurt Millie too much with it. And she knows how to handle him and his little bitchiness, right? And I think that's very cute. But yeah, I mean, I love Luna. I mean, who doesn't love Luna? She's just this angsty little teenager inside of a sexy werewolf's body, right? That's probably going to get clipped and put out of proportion. But you guys know what I mean. Anyone who actually watches the show understands, right? I mean, she's beautiful, and she's such an amazing character, and I love how much she's coming to love Blitz and understand that, you know, like, everyone's just different in the way he shows his love and everything and the problems he has. Like, it kind of, like, showcases her character and how she thinks when she's able to grow based around other people. So I love that as well. It is very exciting to see all these characters grow the way they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, I love... I mean, I even like love some of the characters people don't like. Like, I love Stryker. I mean, I don't know how many people don't like him. I've heard some people here and there that just say, "Oh, I hate Stryker," and I'm like, I mean, that's fair, you know. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna, like, you know, like, bite your hand off if you say that. Like, I mean, a lot of people just don't like how he's portrayed and all this stuff. I mean, I don't like that he keeps losing. Personally, me, like, I mean, he was able to hurt the prince, right? But, like, there's a difference between, like, hurting the prince and, like, you know what I mean? Like, full on, like, killing someone or something. And it's not like I wanted him to. Like I said, I love Stolas probably more than most people do. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, but, like, it's not that hard. Man, he looks like he's able to take on most of them during that one portion by himself, theoretically. You know, like, he was kind of beating their ass. The only reason he lost there is because, you know, he got a little cocky like he always does and kind of pushed forward with his little toot, and then they dropped a statue on him. And it's like, okay, but I genuinely feel like he should win more often than not, seeing his skill level, right? Like, he's always able to take out like 2 of them and knock them out pretty well before they kind of just gang up on him eventually. And he's just, because he's one guy, like, he has to escape because he's like, there's nothing else I can do. Like, they're just stronger than me right now because there's just so many of them, right? Wait, what layer am I on? No, I'm on the right layer. You guys already know I was scared. Any of you ever get scared you're on the wrong layer? You're like, wait a minute, you have to go back and, like, check every 5 seconds. Like, hold on, what did I do wrong? I know I did something wrong. I mean, okay, everyone hates this this take, okay? It's not me talking, it's down below, okay? But I love Stella. Like, I kind of like her as a character too. You know how, like, people that, like, watch Scream, like, they love, like, I know one of my coworkers, she loves God, I'm forgetting her name, Gail. Yeah, Gail from Scream. And I'm like, oh dear God. You know, like, I hate Gail. I think most people, if you watch Scream, the scary movies, you know, everyone hates Gail because she's this person who's just constantly bad. Like, she's never a good person going into each movie. She's always bad. She's always brought back up of, like, oh, you reverted back to your old bad self. And Stella doesn't even get better, right? Stella's just an airhead. She's, you know, and she's like a classic bimbo who has way too much money. She has daddy's money. She's pompous, she's, you know, and she's very obnoxious. Like, every time we see her, she's extremely obnoxious, right? And it's so irritating to most people, I know. But I love Stella. Like, I get that people don't, and I get why they don't, but I love Stella. Oh man, I know I'm gonna get so much flack for that, but I don't care. I'm being honest, right? Let's see, who else do I really enjoy? Oh, you know what? You know who else I love? I love the Demon of Lust, like the Ozzy and Asmodeus and Froggy. I like that he calls him Froggy though. I love Froggy. I think they're cute together, and I love Asmodeus because of how, like, big and protective he is. Like, I'm like that too. I love, like, and it doesn't have to be relationship wise. I mean, for me, it's with anyone I really care about, right? But I love how protective he is. He's such a very, like, strong, independent, and very protective person. And you can tell, even though he's this big old guy, he's like a real softy on the inside. He genuinely cares about those around him that show him love and respect. He's very big on pushing that right back towards everyone, right? I love that. I also, like, I'm a huge person against parties. Like, not okay, I shouldn't say against parties. I just don't go myself. Like, if someone asks me to go to a party, right, I don't want to go. I'm just not a party person. But if I had to go to a party, I would definitely go to the furry girl's party. I don't know what she is, so I just always call her the furry girl, but she's that one when they go to the party. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. The cotton candy one where they got Keisha. I loved her. Like, she seemed like she had such a good vibe about her, right? Like, she was so fun to to just watch do things and talk to people, and she seemed like she brought life to every party, and she was checking in on people, and you could tell that like she was like, hey, you guys can go buck wild crazy, but like she could tell the difference between someone trying to just live to forget and, you know, just be destructive for themselves and everyone around them, like when Blitzo was going a little crazy, and when she was like, oh, you know, saying like, hey, like I'm not trying to be the buzzkill here, I'm not, but like your dad is, you know, your dad's like a little, he's kind of going a little crazy right now. Like nothing against your dad, it's just like, you know, he's a little, he's going a little cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, right? I get where she was coming from with that. I also see like a lot of people that didn't like her for that, but I was like, well, but think about it, right? Like it makes complete sense why she was like that. And I loved how she was able to kind of, she gave me the vibe of a person who everyone loved. Any big event she would throw or anything, everyone would be there for her type of thing. And it like, and I liked that she was partying with the lower class citizens, so to speak, you know, like I like that there's big demons that are that powerful and that have that much money and influence, but they just kind of like to vibe with the people of the underground, kind of, you know, they're like, hey man, these guys are people too. Like I like that there's some that would stick up for them, and I love them in court for that they were like, hey, like they weren't gonna overstep their boundaries and, you know, get in trouble themselves, and, you know, they weren't gonna cut off the ruler of that section, but they were like, hey, come on man, like give him a chance to speak. How Beelzebub was like, hey, like come on man, like she wasn't like 100% for him, because she's like deep down she's like, I don't know the guy, and I mean he was destructive at my party, but he didn't seem bad. Like she's really good at judging characters. She was like, hey, like he's not bad, right? He just seems like he, you know, like he's got something else going on that we don't know about, so maybe we should hear him out. And I love that about her. Like she seems really cool, but I still think Asmodeus is my number 2. She's like in my number 4 or 5 slot. Okay, but yeah, the new episode was good. I'll continue talking about it. I'm trying to think of what picture I'm going to use for this, because there's only one for his clothing. So let me see that really fast. I've got the picture here now. I don't know, because again, how arting works, right, and how they're definitely doing such a fantastic job with this art. Like I mean, just look at all the details here. This is insane, right? I was making that same face when we saw him in that outfit. I was like, oh my god, ain't no way. Oh, I love workout outfits, like those tight workout outfits on people. Oh, it looks great. Is he wearing a little earring? And we wouldn't be able to see it anyway, but that is really cute. I should have done a pose where I was in there. I literally didn't see it. I'm so sorry. I robbed you all of earring. I don't even know if he's wearing another one or if it's just the one, but either way, why did he wear that earring with this? Was he wearing the earring with every single one? Now I'm so curious, because I swear he wasn't. He just like has that on it for this outfit. Why does he have the earring on for this outfit? I feel like there are other outfits that would have went better with, but you know, that's just me. Either way, how arting works is that purple light up there, right? That purple light up here, what it's doing is pushing all this hard like light the closer you are to it. So you can see a lot of purple up here. If you like really look, there's lots and lots of purple like on his head, right? So you see like the hard light hitting here. You even see some more light hitting on his arm right here, and you can see it fading like on his head, and it kind of goes down. And I like what they did here, because that's why it's darker down here and lighter up here, because obviously his head and his upper torso and everything, his arms are closer to the light than his legs are and everything. But still, like you could even see that light down here just because of how powerful it is, and because we know that the light is this strong and this is the only source of light they mainly have here. You see it kind of hitting all of his body and the clothes. Like what they did was they just put like a multiply layer over the top of this, right, and added this purple and made a light layer over everything. And that's why it like everyone fits in the scene so well, right? Like if you just didn't add that layer on Blitz here, he would look really out of place. He would look like different light is hitting him than the light that's, you know, being pushed down here. And because of that, I said all this was for a reason, I promise. If I try to take like this shirt, for instance, there's going to be a hint of purple. Like see how it's bluish purple? Now it doesn't mean that the shirt isn't bluish purple. I'm just saying like in general though, like I'm betting it is. But if I put it down, you know, it is going to look a lot like the shirt is in there, obviously, right? But I feel like it is in the light, obviously. It is in the light. So, like, that's his, like, little clothing. God, he looks good. But I feel like because of that light, it's not going to be as... I wouldn't say it's not going to be as blue, but I feel like what I need to do is kind of push it more this way, maybe a little bit more blue, because I feel like it probably is blue, but it's probably not as blue. Like I feel like if I kind of did this is probably more what it looked like. There's a lot of hard purple, like bright purple light coming down, so I think it was still dark clothing, because that's why it's not catching as much light, but it was definitely somewhere like around here in terms of like its actual color, right? I feel like this is more likely like the color it was. Damn, my queen looks good. But yeah, the new episode was just so good. Like, dude, his daughter's emotions were going crazy, right? Blitzo's emotions, like, I was like thinking of everyone, you know? Like, I was like, oh my God, but like, how was Blitzo feeling about all this? Because deep down, you know, like, he knows and everyone knows, it's like, it's not his fault, really. Like, it is deep down, because I mean, in a way, like, he's the one who started it, but you can't really use that, right? He was doing things wrong, obviously. It was very illegal, but it was like, hey man, he could have done, it shows he could have done the same thing, you know? Our baby boy could have done the same thing here, but he would have probably not even gotten in trouble for it, really. While Blitz, you know, him doing it, everyone hates the lower class, so that's why. And, you know, but Blitz is probably blaming himself. He's like, oh, you know, this is, part of this is definitely on me. And, you know, obviously, our Owl is blaming himself for everything, because, you know, he's seeing, like, what was, like, happened with his daughter, you know, even though his daughter doesn't fully get everything. And, you know, she's being a little selfish for this, but it makes sense why. I mean, she is kind of right. Like, in a way, him knowing that, you know, people were scheming against him, and they just needed something, you know, he chose to stand up for him in court the way he did. Like, if he wouldn't have, like, they wouldn't have tarnished what's his face's name, just Blitz's, which I also think was weird thinking back on it now. I'm like, wait, why would they do that if they realize, like, because if they're like, oh, you know, like, if they made Stolas seem like, oh, he's the victim, blah blah blah, they really were just kind of icing all the imps, which I mean, I guess would have hurt, yeah, but like, you see what I mean? I'm like, like, it would have made more sense if they did invite him, so then he would take the blame, and the guy would have like foreseen that. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what did they expect? Like, they just found out Blitzo broke his heart. So I mean, technically, if anything, for most people, they'd be doing him a favor. So I'm like, now I'm wondering why they even did it that way. But they are kind of dumb, so I'm not entirely sure. But still, everyone had like such a big mix of emotions. It was so sad. And also, this is a big spoiler. I'm giving you guys like 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. I called Millie being pregnant. As soon as they went to the ice place and she threw up, I'm like, is she pregnant? Because she was acting a little weird before, but you know, nothing too crazy. But I remember she said something before, and I was like, huh? And then she's kind of played it back. So I'm like, oh, whatever. And then blah, 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 stuff happens. They get to the ice place, she throws up. And at first I was like, oh, maybe she threw up because she saw the angel thing. But I'm like, well, I don't think she'd throw up. She's tough. She wouldn't throw up because she saw like a halo. And then she said cold, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, she's been acting weird, and she threw up. What if she's pregnant? I'm like, it's not the morning, so it's not, you know, morning sickness. But I'm like, what if she's pregnant? I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. It's just like when I thought about it, you know, I was like, wait. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I totally called it. I 100% called that. I was like, she's pregnant for sure. I was like, there's no way she's not. And then at the end when she was like, yeah, I'm pregnant, I'm like, I knew it. I just kept saying it the whole time. And even like, she was scaring me when she's like, no, I think we should kill him. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, okay, well, you know, let's come on, calm down. She's like, no, we gotta ice them. I'm like, I was like, Millie. Hey, Millie, let's take a deep breath, okay? Like, I don't know what happened today, but you know, Jesus. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, does pregnancy make you murderous? I'm like, I don't even know. Just a whole lot of emotions, a whole lot of mixing things. I also just want to tap on it and say, I love the ending. I love that Blitz, like, he did this thing where he was like, hey, like the whole time he was taking care of him. And I love that, like, since our little Owl was, you know, doing all of the work for the relationship the whole time beforehand, this is a great chance for like this whole month for Blitzo to be fully taking care of him and not giving up on him. I thought that was so beautiful. And I love that at the end when he was, you know, when they were dancing together, it was so touching to me that Blitz, instead of like doing something weird or sexual or anything, you know, or trying to be awkward funny, like all those things are things I could imagine him actually doing, but instead he just leaned in after looking at him and smiling warmly. Like, he just gave him a really soft hug, you know. I was like, wow. I'm like, that to me, that shows so much growth and development. Like, that showed right there how much he genuinely cares about him at that moment. And I think even with all the rushing emotions and all the crazy things happening, right, I think I think everyone's gonna be okay, and that makes me really happy for the series and all the characters, right? Like I'm glad everyone seems like, you know, it might take a while, like just like his daughter was saying, like I'm okay and I'm gonna be okay. I'm not now, but I will be. I was like in this her song, which her song was amazing, by the way. Like I think that's said on all the characters' behalf, right? Like I think they're all gonna be okay. I just think it's gonna take time for everyone to think things through. I think this all happened really fast, and you know, I think as long as they stick together and do what they feel like is right with each other and with themselves, I think they're all gonna be okay, and I love that personally. But yeah, so this is where I'm at currently at the moment. I'm gonna add, I think how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna add like, because like with Stolas, what I've noticed, he's got like these things of shading about him where it's like they do like these passovers of a really big spray brush like over certain areas where it goes from darker to light, and it seems like through the show, outside of hard light, unless they're being very dramatic, they don't even really have a lot of shadows, like hard shadows, right? Like not like hard cell shading shadows that you would see in anime, because it's a cartoon. Again, like you could kind of see here, look at the butler, like right, there's no hard shadow like under his chin or anything. Like up here, like on Blitz, there's not like a lot of hard shadow. There's just spots that are darker because of like a soft brush. And I'm glad that they figured out a way to make it easier, because I know this is all still a very hard project that they're all doing. I'll never undermine their work. It's just that does make it easier for them. I'm glad they found out one of those things, because I think one of the biggest tricks to art is making it easier for yourself. Because, you know, people might see like small things wrong with it, like if they really zoomed in, but no one's doing that, right? We're all like appreciating the art for what it is. I think I'm gonna start going ahead and shading now, and then I'll touch back with you guys once I figure out how I want the shading to be. I just want to talk about the show a little bit because we all love it so much. We are now in the home stretch. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. It's okay though. I don't even know when I started this. I remember I watched the episode and I think it ended near 6. I was like, you know what? I'm so itchy. I want to draw. And then I was like, I want to draw Stolas. Because I'm like, I've never drawn Stolas before. And which is crazy. I've made a shirt with him. But it was not my art that I got on. I just got his official and then put it on there. Just for me though, I didn't like sell it or anything. I just wanted something, and for shipping for where I live currently, it's like $40 something just for shipping from their website. And I want to support them, but that's not supporting them. That's supporting the company they go to help them ship out all their products. And I'm like, if it was going straight to them, I would totally do it. But because it's not, I'm like, I'm getting their full big poster pack though. So at least there's that if you've gotten to the website. So now essentially, like I've got everything down. See, like without this, you know, I decided to put up some curtains. I threw in the bed sheets. I know how bad they look, okay, but listen, when I do this, you're not looking at the bed sheets, you're looking at Stolas. As you can see, I threw in like a background. I wanted to make sure there was something. I did put in window frame or whatever. I put in the curtains, but yeah, as you can see, I'm doing my best here to try to make it look as good as possible. You know, I'm trying. Like I said, I'm not the best. I definitely have some more room to grow, obviously. But like I said, I am proud of how far I've come so far. As you can see, like it's coming together pretty well. I decided to give them some highlights. I have no idea how well those came out. I think so far though, it actually came out better than I thought it would. By itself already as it is, it looks really good to me. So far, yeah, like I said, it all looks good. I even tried to add texture to the clothes, which kind of gets drowned out by this. But what I'm basically gonna do here, I'm going to obviously erase the background. So if you don't know how, you know, multiplier layer works, right? You set it to multiply, you put in, like I did, like a really big dark color, and then you lower the opacity. Then from there, all you have to do, because like now it looks like a dark room, right? Then all you have to do, like, see, I just have I just put on my soft brush, right? All I have to do now, ta-da! Like, look at how cool that looks, huh? See, and now your focus is like on that. See, like if I zoomed out, you'd be like, oh, well, you might not know everything, but like you'd be like, oh, that's like stars and stuff. Like, oh, okay. Like if you're just scrolling through, and that's what's most important. Now, see, the hard part is I think I'm obviously going to erase where the window is, because there's obviously going to be lots of light coming from there. So the window is getting absolutely erased from, obviously. But I'm gonna make it a little smaller because I don't want to take away too much here. I essentially just want to there's explosions going off in the background. No one's dying, I promise. I essentially just want to gravitate towards, no pun intended, based around space and stuff, the parts I really want illuminated here. So obviously anything that's going to be that's going to have light casted on it is going to have light going towards it, right? So I can obviously, I mean, the window's going first. I'm trying to do this step by step because for me, that's what helps me, is going step by step. I think that's a big part of art people don't ever really think about, is that, like, people look at this whole thing and people that might not be at this level yet would look at it and say, like, oh my God, there's so much going on. How did he do all of that? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it looks a lot more intimidating until you break it down into steps. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard a million different artists say that, but it's really that simple. It's art to me, and I think to a lot of others that are around this point, before or after, and any pro even will tell you, like, hey, it's okay. It's literally just steps. It looks complicated, it does, but it really is just breaking things down into steps. So see, if I like do this, because like I know, I'm like, okay, so definitely all the highlight points, right? I want to take the highlight points and I'm gonna erase a little bit on the body, because I know, I'm like, hey, well, yes, this is blocking some of it, right? But I also am saying, like, hey, well, and see, Stolas is facing away from it, but I do want to make sure that we see like some light coming and touching like Stolas here. So I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna do this. And essentially what I'm trying to do here is showcase the light coming through as best as I possibly can. So like here, I'm trying to erase like a lot of the light, right? Because when the light's coming through, right? When the light's coming through, it's gonna be touching this tail. What in the flippity flop is going on? No, make it small just in case. Anyways, you see, because what I'm doing here is I'm going across. Actually, I could even make this a little bigger, actually. And because it would be hitting like a chunk of the tail, right? So what I'm doing here, you see I would be going around the tail. And I'm basically saying like, hey, like light is touching here. Like light would be touching all around the tail. Light would be touching here. Right? And I want to see how much I can kind of get away with here. So see, I'm trying to really highlight certain spots essentially. And that's what I'm gonna kind of go over and do. I'm gonna like hit certain spots and see if certain things can kind of pop a little bit more. See, like this. See now, see how that already looks better? Like, see how some things are definitely pushed a lot more, which is great. And I feel like this is something I really didn't learn as fast as I wish I would have learned it, I guess. But I think it's good. It took me a while to get to this point, so then I could focus on this later and then try to use this to cover up anything bad. I mean, I did definitely do it for the things, but look at the difference here. Like, this is bright. I mean, you could just say, like, oh, there's a lamp on in, like, the back somewhere over his head, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, sure. But then if you add this, it makes it so much better. I'll do the example again once I actually do these eyes here. And you'll kind of see what I mean. See, now look. Watch this, watch this. I'm going to make this small because I basically just want to get the eyes. I also just realized his eyebrows are red. I'll fix that. I'll fix that pretty fast here. Here, watch. Let me go over the eyes, and then I'll show you guys kind of what I'm talking about more. I think the eyes are really gonna make it pop more, obviously, and you guys are really gonna see that too once I finish up here. Watch. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay. And see what I also see people not doing. I don't see it a whole lot, but what I do happen to see it more than I think I should. Is when you're doing these, right? You need to add some lighting around the eyes as well, because these eyes are glowing, obviously. So you're gonna add this. I'm also gonna add like extra lighting. Like I'm gonna add some popping light for the eyes and for the eyes, and I'm gonna add some for the okay, there we go. And probably for the background as well. I'm thinking I will. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to, but like, look at that. Look at the difference here between this and this. Like, you see that? Like, there's like more power in the piece at this point, just because of the eyes alone, the background alone. Like, it makes you really want to focus primarily on what's in the center and like who's in the photo getting illuminated, right? So this was like the multiplying thing. I wish I learned that sooner. It's not necessary. Like I actually hardly ever use multiply, even now that I've learned it. It's something for more dramatic pieces. But when I think of Stolas, I think of someone who, you know, who's a big fantasy head, who's fancy and suave a bit when he wants to be. And I could see him kind of doing this like little sexy kind of pose when he's trying to like, you know, seduce Stolas or whatever, you know. I could just see him being like cute, like, hey, remember that outfit? So I don't know. I think it's really cute. and I actually am really loving the way this is turning out. All right, I think I'm done. This is how it came out. Ta-da! Oh my god, I've been listening like for hours to all of the songs from Has Been Hotel. They really kept me in the mood to keep going. Like, I was like, oh, maybe I should stop and do this. Oh, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should give it time to charge. And I'm just hearing, I am the mastermind. Like, in the background, I'm like, oh my god. Just kept pushing me to draw. Again, I'm sure there's probably more things I could possibly do. I believe in what one of my teachers told me. They said art is never finished until you're finished. It's like, that's the thing. Like, you decide basically when your piece is done. So again, there is more to do. I also don't like that this application brightens it up a lot, because I promise you it is not this bright. I promise you it is not this bright on my tablet. It also isn't as clear, but that's okay as well. Like I said, I'm gonna put this somewhere where people can download it and get it if they really want it. It'll look a little bit crisper, a little bit better, and it is 2560 by 1440. So that way, like, again, I'm using it for my monitor. I'm also gonna put it on Wallpaper Engine. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love Stolas so much, with like such a hard passion. And dude, that episode really got me. I have no idea when they're even releasing the next episode or next season, but I do think I'm gonna make more art of these. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna post them up. I do want to do more art videos, but honestly, I don't know. I think I sketch a lot more and do other things like that. Maybe I'll do like more talking videos, but I do have some other ones actually lined up that I want to do. If you guys like this, feel free to support me. Like I said, I'm not gonna have like a consistent schedule or anything like that. Let me know what your guys' favorite characters are, honestly, in the comment section. Like, I genuinely want to know like why you guys like certain characters the most, because I always find that the most interesting. I do love Stolas. I love the outfit, so I had to draw it. But yeah, I hope you guys are loving the series. I'm so sorry to anyone I actually spoiled. Like, if you don't care, you don't care, but it is a fantastic show, and that episode was fantastic. I did not go over every single thing, so you definitely have things you'd be missing if you didn't go watch it. So I recommend it. Yeah, hope you guys have a great night, and I'll catch you guys all later.